So issue 6 of Doomsday Clock is really good. It's really good. I mean, most of Doomsday Clock is pretty good. There hasn't been, I think the second issue was where I'm like, I don't know, like this a little bit wonky, it's really hard to follow. Something I forgot what I said about issue 2 of Doomsday Clock, but this one, issue 6, is wonderful. It has a weird mix of like typical greatness of villains meeting, with a mix of this like flashback, heartwarming, powerful stuff. Because most of this, a good chunk of this is like one of those 50-50 things. A good, like a half of this is telling the origin story of Marionette and Mime, and how these two characters met. And the whole time, I'm like, this is basically Harley and Joker if it wasn't a toxic relationship, if it wasn't an abusive relationship. You know, I was like, this feels bittersweet. This is basically, they're Bonnie and Clyde. Is that, you know, they're ultraviolet and they, you know, are in clown makeup. Like, that's basically what Marionette and Mime are. And it's this kind of, like, they have the same ideas, and they want to find their child, they want this and want that, and, you know, things that we just want as a human being in everything life, and it has that kind of bittersweet towards it. There's stuff at the end. Something tragic happens during the flashbacks, and something happens which I couldn't buy. I mean, they did a little bit of setup, but it's like, still ain't buying it. Jeff Jones, I'm not buying this. like, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but anyway. But I'm like, if you read the issue, you know what I'm talking about at the end. But then you got this other half where Joker has Marionette and Mime, has Batman in a wheelchair, knocked down, tied up, and it's basically Joker's role in this is introduce Mime and Marionette to the rest of the villains, or at least some of the villains, because, you know, there's this big society underground, and Joker's just there to say, like, hey, welcome to the Legion of Doom, or whatever the fuck we're calling it. Like, it's basically what it is. And it's, Tywin Joker dialogue is so good. Joker dialogue is great. I mean, clearly Jeff Jones' Joker is like a mixer of, like, that clown prince of crime, but also being, that psychopathic maniac. Because there's some stuff in this, he's like goofy as hell, but also he's very sinister, which is great. Like, it's the classic thing of like, I mean, I was going to like shut your face off and all that, but you know, I haven't changed of heart today. Like, you know, it's like those little things. But that's what Joker's role is. Joker's role is just introduce these two characters to, you know, the core of Owls and Riddler and Two-Face and Penguin and Scarecrow and a couple of the Flash villains and a couple of Shazam villains and all that. So that's basically Joker's role, but it's so good. It's well planned, it's well gripped well, and all that. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. One of the criticisms I'm hearing about this is we're halfway through, right, and it doesn't feel the story's getting picked up. Like, it's not building up to somewhere. And I feel like at the end, when this is all over, when this comes out, when it finishes, is if you read this all at once, like if you got when it comes in trade and it becomes this thing, all that, it's going to make a little bit more sense. Maybe have a better pace. I think it's going to be one of those things where, like, that slower pace is going to help while you're having it all together, versus waiting every 2 months to get another chapter, which I'm like, God, please, God, DC, please make it monthly again. I know there's things with, like, maybe the artists, maybe it has something to do with Jeff Jones writing the Green Lantern movie. I don't know, but please make it monthly, please. Even if it's like 2 monthly stuff, and it takes like till March to finish it off. I don't want to wait till September next year. Okay, I just don't. But yeah, this is good, really good stuff. Just weird stuff at the end, but God, this is. I'm Doomsday Clock is just an awesome comic to read, an awesome